Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Blitzwing. Yes, I love it. I am a big fan of this guy. And while there are some small problems, you'll see, and I know people have a big problem with certain aspects of this toy. I honestly don't really see them as that big of a deal, because I can I can mental gymnastics my way through things, but I know, some people don't really like having to do that, but it's a toy. You're gonna mental gymnastics your way through a couple of things, but that is for later. So yes, this is the Blitzwing, and he is awesome. I love this whole design here. It's really cool. I like the fact that they kind of keep the Seeker wings on his back, even though he's technically not a Seeker. Like, they keep that whole kind of... Technically speaking, if you flip that down, you have the cockpit design on his chest, which is cool. So, I kind of like to imagine this guy as like a mutant Seeker, kind of. Like when they landed on Earth, he scanned a vehicle that could turn from a tank to a jet, or, Shockwave was a little handsy and decided to say, "Ooh, I want this one," and then mutated him. But again, just, fan canon. I'm a fanin. You can, if you don't like having them, spread out like this, you can kind of, sort of, finagle your way with the hinges. Kind of, sort of give him like an actual wing pack. It does break it a wee bit, because you're kind of just folding out the treads, but you can kind of give him like that swept back wing look that all the other Seekers kind of have, if you want. And I mean, it's not exact, but you can technically give him the null raise. Kind of, sorta. Kind of, sorta. You're also getting rid of any outward movement, but I mean, you can also just do this. Put them right here. And bada bing, bada boom. You now have technically null raise. But yeah, so for accessories, as you can see, he just comes with two of the same kind of gun. They're cool. They're nifty. They're blast effect compatible. I had something. Here it is. So, there we go. So, he can shoot properly, which is very nice. He also comes with a sword, and it's a very nice sword. Very cool looking. I love the little catches here on the blade, because it makes it look like he actually can catch someone else's sword and then just do some extra damage to it, like to the person he's fighting. So that's really cool. And with the ports, you can have them hold it like a regular sword, or sometimes what I like to do is I like to put it on the forearm. Just because, I don't know, when it comes to Transformers, I like the idea of the blade coming out of the body instead of it being like an actual sword. But I guess that's just the movies spoiling me. But yeah, so there's that. And because he is part of the Legacy line, yes, he comes with these. They're just clear plastic red gauntlets of doom. And they plug into the forearms, like so. And like so. Giving him two very powerful shooters. They got the power of the big shooter. And they are also blast effect compatible, so he's got the big shooter. He can start his own warg if he wants. Yeah, and I'm not putting, they're just, it's like I said, clear red plastic, red pin here that allows the fingers to move up and down, and then it's just painted purple. It's a very nice purple. They did a very good job color matching it. And I know that's hard, especially on clear plastic. But other than that, they don't really do much. So, feh. And for comparison, I'm just going to actually close up the wings here. Close up the wings. There we go. Oh, actually, before we do comparisons, articulation. Whoops. Can you tell it's been a while for me? I apologize. So head is on a ball joint. You can look up that far, down about that far, and you get a full 360-degree head spin. Arms can go all the way out, so you get a socket springer. Get a full 360 at the bicep here, 90-degree bend at the elbow and wrist rotation, and you kind of get a little bit of in and out at the wrist, but that's mainly for transformation. You get a waist rotation and flipping up the hip skirt. Leg can go out that far. Back, unfortunately, only that far. And then get about just over 90-degree bend there at the knee. And then you also get some very nice ankle tiltage. Yeah, so for comparison, stay. Here he is with Commander Megs, Captain Starscream, and here he is with Springer, the only other triple changer I have in my current collection, because I don't count Titans as being triple changers. And yeah, I love it. All right, so let's get down to the transformation, shall we? We're going to start off going into jet mode, and then we're going to go into tank mode just to make life easy. So first thing you're going to want to do, flip up the entirety of the chest plate. Bring down this piece of the chest, and then flip the entire head all the way around, and then close it back up. Next, I like to do is rotate the kind of arm panels down to the side and flip in the hands, and then just click the arms in like so. There's a thooping point in the elbow, and then you just rotate at the bicep, move everything all the way up and around, and then you just want it so that the this flat piece here is just covering the elbow, like so. And next, you're just going to want to flip in the wings here, and then come to the back of the shins and just uncurl the wing. So it's this tab right here. Just kind of want to flip that out, flip that out, flip that out. And as you can see, there's just a very nice little triangle notch right here. So when you're going back into vehicle mode or robot mode, the block here perfectly shaped for the wing to go back, and that's actually a very nice detail. So you just click everything in, and you want to bring them up on their double hinge, and then push them back, click everything back into place like so. With the entire backpack down. With the entire backpack down. There we go. Clip in the feet just so you have clearance. Oh, for the love of it. There we go. And first untab the foot, then tab everything back. If you forgot to do that beforehand, because apparently I'm an idiot. Next, you want to tab these two tabs right here into this slot here and that slot there. So just to make life easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then you want to grab the shoulders, bring them out like so. and then bring them down like so. There. You just flip these out. Make sure that the entirety of the vehicle is locked in. Bring down this cockpit, and if you have like a tool or something you can use to take out that friggin'... There we go. Or if you just have a long nail, dig out the nose cone. Click everything back into place right here, here, and here. Clickety clackety, clickety clackety. And for peace of mind, bring out das landing gear. And here we have Blitzwing in jet mode. And yes, I know why people are mad about this. The treads on the bottom of the vehicle are a little silly, and so is having a giant tank barrel. But look at it like this. Experimental jet craft that turns into a tank, but is made for bombardments. So it has a giant tank cannon firing while it's flying doing a bombing run. Whee! Yeah. So, like, looking aside from, like, that, like, it's a wonderful jet mode. Like, that's very nice and sleek. Hell, even with the added tank treads, you can kind of make it so it's a little bit more of like a... You can kind of fan mode your own X-Wing out of this guy, which is really cool. Put these wings here. And oh, hey, look. Blitzwing's now a pilot for the friggin' Rebellion. And while, yeah, it's a little silly, it's also kind of awesome. He's like, oh, hey, I can make a Star Wars ship out of this. That's friggin' cool. And even better is if you put these to the side. The man's got, like, really awesome rail guns now, too. So there are ways you could, like, he's now a space fighter jet thingy with tank treads. And, well, yes, it's a little silly. It's also a toy. Use your imagination. You don't just be limited by the plastic and by the lore, for the love of God. The worst thing you can do, if it's, in my opinion, is get mad at a toy for being against what... Come on, you stupid bastard. Get mad at the toy for clearance issues, problems like physical problems, for design aspects. It's never going to look perfect. You will never get that one toy that is... You know what? Let me scratch that, because we have Earthrise Optimus Prime. When it comes to triple changers, you're never going to get that one... Never mind, we have Springer. When it comes to Earth mode styled triple changers, you will never come with a perfect grand be-all of, like, both modes look perfect. You're never going to get something like that. Something is going to have to give. And unfortunately for Blitzwing, it is currently the jet mode. But it's one that can be mitigated with imagination, which is the whole point of a toy. But enough of that stupid gobbledygook. Here he is with another triple changer in helicopter mode. And here he is with the commander of the Seekers. So he's a lot smaller than Starscream. But I feel like he makes that up for that in, like, bulk. And, you know, Springer is just being awesome, being Springer. Alright, so next up is tank mode. So to get into tank mode, what you're going to want to do is first getting rid of the nose cone. Clipping that down. And then you're just going to want to take apart this back section here. Bring the arms all the way back up. Flip in the wings like so. Flip the entire thing to its side. Flip in the wheels if you didn't already do that. And then just collapse the wings into the legs again. Like so. There we go. And then flip up the silver wings. Bring back down the tank section here, like so. Lift up the barrel. And then finally, what you're supposed to do is bring out the side panels here. Flip out the wings of the tank treads so they are just facing up. And then bring out the treads. And then you want to make sure that the hooks on the forearm here go into that tab right there. So this hook here goes into that tab right over there. So actually, for easy clearance, bring in the tank tread last. So keep that to the side. Connect that tab into the silver wing here, and then just push the arm into that little crevice. Bring out the tank arm there on the ground. Flip it down. So there we go. And then you want to flip up the top. Bring out the tank cannon. And here we have Blitzwing in tank mode. And I gotta say, I love this. I love this so much. When I got this guy, I honestly thought I was gonna have him in jet mode more, because I have a thing for aerial vehicles. I like flying vehicles. I have kept him in tank mode so much. I love this thing, and it rolls great. Plus, it's got thrusters in the back, so that's awesome. But if you don't like that, you can bring up the backs here, just to kind of make it so that it's not, totally obvious that, oh, hey, he has thrusters on the back of a tank. But, I mean, you're also going into, oh, hey, those obviously aren't, that's not the back of a tank. Those are probably feet. Oh, my God, it's a transformer. So, I mean, hell, you got a supersonic tank. That's pretty damn cool. And for comparison, here he is next to Lord Megatron. And as you can see, Megatron is still by far the bigger tank. But Megatron also doesn't have to worry about turning into a plane. So we can give Blitzwing that. And unfortunately, the tank barrel is not blast effect compatible. Which sucks. Like, they could have added a nub or something on top. But, c'est la vie, whatever. We at least have the guns that we can also put on to the tank. I like to put them up here on the shoulders. That way you have like the 360-degree tank treads, and then just if he's not, using them, you have them here. Or if you want to have them somewhere where they work in both modes, having them here on the forearm makes it easy to, you can still transform him without taking off these guns. And you can also make it so that he has, proper guns in jet mode as well. And these work great. Yeah, so there's that. Oh, and, Megatron's got the turny turret. So does Blitzy. So that's great too. And here he is with Springer. And quite honestly, I much prefer, not much prefer, but I love the dynamic between, these two. It's great. You have a slower, my methodology is Blitzwing is more, Aerial capable, which is why he scanned a jet and a tank, because he prefers to be tanky on the ground and being able to, blast things out of the sky while not having to really worry about being taken out by smaller infantry. And then while in the air, being able to dish out a lot of damage quickly and easily. Springer is more of a tactician in my, stupid little brain. So he has a faster ground mode so that he can scout around quickly and deal some damage with the tank, but also gets a better perspective in helicopter mode instead of just zooming on by. No, you can take your time and look for everything. And it doesn't help that I used to have the 2 missile launchers here that he could just deal out so much fucking punishment and a minigun. Yeah. I highly recommend getting Blitzwing. Yes, it comes with 2 kind of silly artillery shell things that in hindsight really don't do a whole lot. They're not really worth it, in my opinion. Like, these are meh. These are meh. The toy itself, no matter what you say against the jet mode, it is a good toy. It works so well, and there's so many fun things that you can do with it. So, again, I highly recommend it, and the only thing limiting this toy is just imagination. So, that's it for that dumb philosophical rant of mine. Have a good rest of your day, night, or whenever you see this, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.